Hi, welcome back to Motorcycle Ways. Here I am in the shed with my Honda CB500X. Today I'm going to take a look at the air filter and inspect it and see what condition it's in. It's not due for replacing yet. There's only just under 13,500 kilometers on the bike, and Honda recommends you don't replace them until every 24,000 kilometers, so it's not due yet, but I'm going to inspect it and see what condition it's in. So if you're thinking of changing the air filter or just inspecting it, this is the step-by-step procedure and how you can do that. So let's get started. So the air filter is located just under the seat in the Honda CB500X. So our first job is to remove the seat. In order to do that, all we need is our main ignition key. So if you can see down here, just on the left hand side of the bike, there's a place for the key, and you just twist it and that unlocks the seat at the rear. You then just lift the seat up at the rear and it slides back. And this out. Just like so. And the next step is to remove our battery, which is located here. Our air filter is just in here. In order to get this out, we need to remove the battery first. Now, with the seat off, we can see where the air filter is located. It's just inside this black plastic housing here. And in order to get that out, we need to remove the battery first. So, in removing the battery, always remove the negative terminal first, because it'll be a danger. If you remove the positive first, be a danger of a short happening if the positive was to hit off any metal. So that's why I always start by removing the negative of the battery. So it's an 8mm socket to do that job. So with the two terminals removed, then the battery is held in by this rubber strap going across here, and that's just clipped in here at the back. So that can be removed by pushing down on it, and then the battery comes straight out. Just move some cables out of the way. So now that the battery is out of the way, we're going to remove this plug here, and we have a number of screws here that's holding in the air filter box. We need a star-head screwdriver, which I have here. We'll start by removing this plug here, connector. And put that back out of our way. Now we have 4 screws holding in our air filter housing, so I'll just plug up, I might be able to see better. You get in, if you try and remove the most awkward ones first at the bottom. It's probably the easiest. This one down here on the bottom corner, the left side of the bike, seems, I think, is the most awkward one to get at. It's just tight to get in with the screwdriver. I think I have them now. We'll move over to the one on the other side. First time this air filter will be removed, of course. It's just under 13,500 kilometers on the bike, so it's not due for changing. So Honda recommend every 24,000 kilometers to change them. But I just want to inspect it and see what condition it's in. It's 3. And this is the 4th one. So now our air filter box should come out. They can be tight for room, these here, and with cables, and that's just restricting the movement around it, so they need to do a bit of a wiggling to get it removed. There's just wiring rooms in that around it, and it can be a bit tight to pull out. So there we have it out. So let's have a look and see what it's like. So now we have it on the bench here. We just need to remove these 2 screws to remove the plastic inlet here first. Easy enough done. It's always worth an inspection before it's due for change, if you're, depending on the conditions you're riding in. If you like to do a lot of off-road and dusty conditions and that, then your air filter is going to get blocked up a lot sooner than if you're just on maybe paved surfaces or that, or cleaner conditions. I don't do off-road myself much, it's mainly on the tarmac Adam I am, but so it should be pretty clean. But so the next thing to remove is these 4 screws here on the plastic housing. That will release the filter then. And if you had a new one to replace, you wouldn't have to worry about cleaning the old one, but I don't, so I'm just going to clean the old one, give it a blowout on that, and see what it's like. So that comes off there. There you have your air filter, simple as that. You can see, looking at the inside of it there, that it is dirty enough, even though it's only 13,500 kilometers done. I'm just going to blow it out and clean it and put it back. I'll probably most definitely get a new one before it has 24,000 kilometers done, because you can see there is a bit of dirt in it, and that's not I don't do any off-road really, it's just on paved surfaces I'll be riding, so they do get dirty. So we're going to assemble everything back together again and put back our air filter back on the bike. So it's just the 4 screws that holds this air filter onto the housing. And then put on this plastic inlet, 2 screws to hold the inlet. Now, I'm going to back our air filter on the bike. So now it's just a reverse procedure of taking the filter out. Just slide it back in again. Now, that's it sitting in. So we have our 4 screws. Tighten up first. Now it's our first screws on the air filter housing. So our plug here, we have mounted up here. Let's go back on. Now I'm just going to blow that out with the air line before put back in the battery, clean up any debris that's around there. So when putting the seat back on, just make sure all cables and everything underneath is tidy and in place, sitting down out of the way. And the seat goes on a simple enough procedure. There's a clip here on the front bracket. This slides in up under. So make sure it's down first on the front and then it slides into place. And it just clips down on the back then. So get it in place like that. Make sure the front is down and it slides up underneath that clip on the front, like so, and then it just clips down in the back. There you can hear it, clip into place. And that's it. Seat in place. So that's the procedure on how to check and clean the air filter on the Honda CB500X. So any questions, just leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. And thanks very much for watching.